Welcome to the weekly Health RX by Arvasi. I'm Dr. Avanti Kumar-Singh.
And I'm Dr. Tanmeet Sethi. We're physicians trained in modern medicine and experts in Ayurveda. And each Sunday, we cut through the noise with physician-led, science-backed prescriptions personalized to your biology.
From your hormones and gut to your circadian rhythm and nervous system, we'll help you take care of the systems that matter most so you can stop guessing and start feeling better. Finally, medicine that fits you. Hello and welcome. This is your weekly Health RX for the week of October 19th. I'm Dr. Avanti Kumar-Singh.
And I'm Dr. Tanmeet Sethi.
So we're now deeper into Sharad Ritu, which is fall's intensifying season. The air is getting even drier and even sharper, and your digestion is probably feeling it a little or a lot. Agni, which is your digestive fire, is getting a little more erratic. And this entire month of October is about anchoring yourself, building a layered morning protocol that protects your energy and your hormones as fall deepens. And one thing before we go any further, we want to remind you something really important. You don't have to be perfect. None of this is about doing everything exactly perfect, exactly flawlessly. It's about progress, not perfection.
Exactly. Avanti and I, we're physicians. We teach this, we live it, and we are definitely not perfect either. We're not even close. I mean, some mornings I hit snooze way more than one time. Some mornings I grab coffee before I hydrate. Life just happens.
Same here. I have mornings where I will eat before my stomach is really hungry because I'm rushing, or I'll skip my morning light because it's really cold and I just don't want to get out of the covers. And sometimes I'll drink a little too much coffee and not enough water. I mean, it's all over the place, right?
Right. And that's okay. I mean, the goal isn't perfection. The goal is to build awareness. So when you do practice, you feel the difference in your body. And when you don't, you notice that too, without judgment. We're all just human.
Exactly. And so as we move through October, remember, we're not asking you to completely overhaul your entire life, your entire morning. We're just asking you to, week by week, add one small thing to your morning routine. That's it. So week 1 was about resetting your circadian rhythm with morning light. Week 2 was about timing your first meal of the day and to eat when your digestion is ready. And this week, week 3, we're not adding any more steps. Instead, we're going to refine what you've already been doing. So last week, we talked about when to eat your first meal. This week, we're going to talk about what to eat in that first meal. Because the right foods support your estrobolome, which we're going to go over again today, the gut bacteria that's responsible for processing estrogen.
So here's the one thing we want you to understand this week. Your estrobolome, that network of gut bacteria that help process estrogen, is part of your body's quiet background recycling system. When the community is balanced, estrogen moves through and clears with ease, with the right amount being cleared and the right amount being reabsorbed. But when certain microbes are out of balance, they can send too much estrogen back into circulation, keeping your system in replay instead of release. And over time, your daily meals, especially those rich in fiber and plant phytonutrients and the right balance of those nutrients, teach your gut how to handle your hormones. So over time, what you eat doesn't just nourish you, it trains your microbiome to metabolize estrogen in a way that keeps your rhythm steady.
Exactly. And when you eat in rhythm with your body, which by choosing foods that match your dosha and timing your meal, you nourish the gut microbes that help your body process and package estrogen for healthy elimination. But when your meals are out of sync, too processed, too inflammatory, or simply mistimed, those same microbes can shift towards reactivating estrogen instead of clearing it. And that's when estrogen hangs around a little too long in your blood and you start to feel it. The bloating, the skin congestion, the heavy cycles, or the unpredictable moods. So this week, we're not overhauling your diet, again, we're refining your morning rhythm. We're refining your first meal of the day. So what we're going to ask you to do is to feed your gut what steadies you, and that will help your hormones that follow along.
So let's talk about what's actually happening in your gut. And let's keep this simple. Your liver packages estrogen so it can leave your body. It sends that packaged estrogen to your intestines for some to be excreted through your stool and some to be reabsorbed back into circulation. And this is where the estrobolome comes in. These are the specific gut bacteria that produce enzymes for this process, including one called beta-glucuronidase. If the wrong bacteria in your estrobolome are dominant, they may cause too much or too little of the estrogen to go back into your bloodstream. Think of it like this. Your liver wraps estrogen in a sealed box to ship it out, but if your estrobolome is imbalanced, those bacteria may not know what to do with that box.
And this is where the food comes in. Research shows that dietary fiber feeds beneficial bacteria in your estrobolome, and this helps to excrete estrogen instead of recirculating it. So the right foods over time can literally change how your estrobolome processes hormones. But, and this is important, not all fiber works the same way for all people or all doshas. This is where personalized medicine really matters. Some doshas have digestion that needs gentle, warming fiber. Other doshas have digestion that needs cooling, soothing fiber. And if you get it wrong for your dosha, you end up with more gas, more bloating, more sluggishness instead of hormone balance. Now add the fall season to this and it makes it even more critical. The cool, dry, mobile qualities of Vata season can really alter the digestion really fast. Your Agni becomes erratic really quickly, especially in Vata season. Your gut motility, which is how quickly your food moves through your gut, gets really irregular. Constipation becomes more of a problem. And when your digestion slows down, that's when your estrobolome will misfire. Estrogen hangs out too long and it recirculates instead of getting cleared. So again, this week's practice is really simple. We're going to feed the estrobolome and kindle the digestive fire with the right foods for the first meal of the day so that your estrogen moves through and out the way it should be.
And this is important because when your estrobolome can't process estrogen optimally, it shows up pretty fast. It can show up as bloating and digestive discomfort that can worsen around your cycle as well. It shows up as skin breakouts that can also flare cyclically. It can show up as heavy, painful periods. It can show up as mood swings and irritability or brain fog and difficulty focusing. And here's the thing. This is about feeding the right bacteria in your estrobolome with the right foods, but matched to how your body's digestion works. And I notice this in my own body. I'm Vata Pitta, and if I eat foods that are too raw, too cold, or too rough in the morning, my digestion can shut down. I can feel more constipated, and within days, my skin can break out, and my mood can definitely get reactive. That's my estrobolome misfiring. Estrogen is recirculating because my gut couldn't process it.
And I'm Pitta Kapha. So if I eat a little too heavy or a little too early before my digestion is really awake, everything backs up. Everything just feels a lot heavier and I feel sluggish and I feel like my cycles get heavier, at least when I had my cycles. And I retain a lot more water. That's for sure. I've definitely noticed that in the past few years since I've gone into menopause. That's my estrobolome that's backing up.
Right. And again, Avanti, we're not perfect, right?
No.
I mean, some days we make these mistakes. We don't time things right. We eat the wrong things. But because we understand what's happening, we can course correct then. We can make a difference in how our day is going.
Exactly. And that's what we're asking all of you to do, is to really build awareness, right? Notice the patterns. And then when you can, choose the foods that support your estrobolome. Make small changes that we're asking you to change, okay? That's really, really the point here. It's not about being perfect. It's about progress.
And when your estrobolome doesn't process estrogen optimally, it can show up differently based on your dosha. So for Vata types, we see the life area most affected as in your body and strength. Irregular bowels, gas, anxiety, and your physical resilience draining. In Pitta types, we see the life area at stake most to be in the vitality and your cellular health. So you can feel skin flares, inflammation, and painful cycles. And in Kapha types, the life area we see most affected is in your body and strength as well, but it shows up differently as sluggish digestion, heavy cycles, and lethargy that all make it hard to feel kind of just capable of getting through your day. So here's your simple prescription for this week 3 of fall. Keep doing what you started in weeks 1 and 2. Remember that morning light, hydrating when you wake up, and eating at the time that aligns with your dosha's digestion and readiness. And this week, we're simply refining what you eat in that first meal. Number 1, we're going to choose foods that include fiber-rich whole foods that feed the beneficial bacteria in your estrobolome. And number 2, we're going to use digestive spices that kindle your Agni or your digestive fire without aggravating your constitution or your dosha.
Exactly. So remember, some doshas do best with warm, cooked grains and some gentle fiber. Others need light, spiced proteins and vegetables added with the fiber. We'll give you your specific prescription in your dosha weekly health RX, so you know exactly what to eat to support your estrobolome. And remember, you're not overhauling your entire diet. You're just refining your first meal of the day. That's the practice this week.
Right. And Avanti, I just want to say this again, because I think people can feel overwhelmed when we're asking them to make changes. I know I do. And we're 3 weeks into October, and maybe some of you are thinking, I haven't done all of this perfectly.
I know, exactly. That's completely normal. Look, we teach this every day. We practice this every day, and we still don't do it perfectly. I'm the first to admit that. So you really just need to be gentle and forgiving of yourself. Just do the best that you can.
Exactly. So if you got your morning light twice last week instead of 7 days, that's 2 wins. If you eat at the right time, 3 days, you're building awareness. And even if you only do this 2 or 3 days this week, you'll start to feel the difference. Your body will teach you. And that's your prescription for week 3, a gut-supporting first meal that feeds your estrobolome. And now let's get specific about what this means for you and your dosha.
Thanks for listening to the Weekly Health RX by Arvasi. Be sure to subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen so you never miss your weekly prescription.
And make sure to take the Arvasi Dosha Data Assessment at myarvasi.com, linked in the show notes, so you can unlock your biology and get your own personalized weekly prescription.